Hey everybody, it's Sam Cole here, and this is the second generation version of AirPods Pro that has let me down because they still don't work for me. See, unlike other AirPods, these have a unique design with a little rubber tip on the front that gives you active noise cancellation that's incredible and really dope and immersive sound quality. But on the flip of that, when I put these in my ear, they slide out, so they have to be constantly readjusted and put back in, which essentially eliminates the entire point of truly wireless if you have to constantly be touching them, pushing them back in, wait a few seconds. It makes runs and other active things just unenjoyable because you're constantly like, is it going to fall out and I'm going to lose it, or is it going to stay in my ear? Now, this is a weird point to bring up at the very beginning part of this review, right? Because most people, like I said, are not going to have that issue. See, the reason I'm bringing it up is that I thought I was going to be the only weirdo that was affected by this, but as I've seen in the comments section of many places on the internet since AirPods Pro 1 came out in 2019, it was actually a somewhat notable issue. Again, most people didn't ever notice it and it was great and they stayed in their ears, but there was a vocal minority of people like me that really wanted to use AirPods Pro, but just couldn't because they didn't stay in our ears for some reason. So I was hoping Apple would add a new ear tip size, like an XL, that would fill the void. And they did not do that. They actually did add a new ear tip size, extra small. So if it was an issue where the ear tips were too big, actually definitely try out AirPods Pro 2 because there is this entirely new tip size. It could help you use these. But see, my issue wasn't that the tips were too small, it's that they weren't big enough. I guess I have big ear holes. Sorry, you got me. I guess I'm canceled. So again, I start with the mediums on AirPods Pro 2. They start sliding out. I go up to larges. That's what's on here right now. And they're a little bit better, but they still slide out. And I had to go back to AirPods 3. And you see, I hate that. And I hate these because these are the best AirPods by a leap that Apple has ever put out. They have nailed every single part of these to the point of perfection. Let's just start off with the sound quality, which is leaps above any other version of AirPods, aside from, of course, the over-ear headphones. But when I say all other AirPods, I'm talking about the buds throughout the rest of this video. The bass response is so good. Vocals are crisp and clear. I just love the sound profile. I'm not going to go into detail about the highs in this frequency. Response is great because I'm not a freaking nerd like that. And I'm talking these even sound better compared to AirPods Pro 1, but especially compared to 2s or 3s. It's because when you have this rubber tip, the suction is better and the audio is optimized for your ear. And the tips are also what power active noise cancellation, which is definitely improved on this generation. Although it's not a feature that I find myself using often, it is incredibly strong and optimized. When you have active noise canceling enabled, you can't hear pretty much anything. But on the flip of that, they've also upgraded transparency mode to the point where when these are in my ears, I've almost forgotten a couple times. I haven't actually forgotten that I have headphones in because your brain is still like, the audio sounds a little different, but the pass-through of transparency of sounds from the world around you into the headphones is so good. I think it's better on these AirPods Pro even compared to the Maxes or anything else, which is crazy. There's also this feature called adaptive transparency, so if there's a jackhammer or some really loud obscure noise, Apple says they will tune that down in your head so it doesn't get fed directly into your eardrum. But honestly, I haven't really been able to notice that in the time I've spent with these. It's just that transparency in general sounds insanely crisp. There's more to love about the buds. We'll get to that in a second, but of course you're pairing these to an iPhone, and the best way to protect your iPhone so you can keep using them with your AirPods forever is to use Casetify, my favorite type of cases, which are sponsoring today's video. First of all, Casetify has the best selection of designs. They have so many to the point where it would take actually hours to show you all of them. Pretty much anything you want, they're gonna have, and you can even customize them with your name or something that means something to you. But Casetify cases aren't just sleek, they're also insanely protective. On the iPhone 14 Impact Ultra line, for example, the drop protection is so crazy, up to 11.5 feet. It's actually 5 times the military standard. It has never even had a scare because of how good these cases protect my phone. And they're also made from recycled phone cases, so you're also helping out the planet by going with Casetify over anybody else. And I want you guys to get a great deal, which is why I partnered with them for 15% off your order when you go to casetify.com/iupdateyt. I love you, Casetify. Thanks for sponsoring it. Now let's keep talking about AirPods Pro 2. And Apple's added all of this into a design that looks pretty much the same, and they've added the ability to change the volume on the bud. So this is insane. They added so you can now adjust the volume on the fly by swiping down or swiping up, and it gives you a little haptic like noise that you can hear in your ear, and it makes using these 100,000 times better. It is a must upgrade. Every pair of AirPods needs this. It's really intuitive, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate being able to turn up the volume on my bud and not on my watch or my phone. I can't get over it. I enjoyed being able to do that on the few runs I did with these so much, and even though they kept slipping out, I almost wanted to stay with these just for the volume adjustment. And on top of that, to finish out with just the buds, Apple also made the battery life better, up from 4.5 to 6 hours now with ANC enabled. That's 6 hours of usage nonstop with noise canceling, and these I've noticed have better battery. Again, I'm not using noise cancellation a lot, so if you don't use active noise cancellation, it'll be even more than that. Apple nailed every part of these buds, but then they also made the case better as well, with a speaker on the bottom that not only can use a sound to be located in the room if you lose them. There's also a U1 chip on the inside, so you can walk around and find these using the Find My app on a U1 enabled iPhone. So iPhone 11 or newer has this chip inside, and you can look and find these down to the inch. Think of it as an AirTag built in, just straight into the case. And then there's also the little lanyard hole right here for a string. That one was kind of random, but the other parts, other than Lightning, there should be USB-C, it's still Lightning on the case. The other parts of this case, they nailed. And the buds, they nailed, which is why I hate them. Because I really gave them the college try. No, I gave them the YouTuber try. I use these more than I think I ever used AirPods Pro 1 because they were that compelling. But they wouldn't stay in. I tried third-party tips. I probably should have mentioned that. I did try third-party tips on Amazon, like memory foam ones. That didn't work. I tried the largest tips that Apple provides. I think the only thing they could do is do an XL size. Like if they did extra small, which is rightfully so, probably where the most need was, so I get it. I think an XL would work for me. Basically, I hate these because you're going to love them. There's a very good chance. And if these don't work for you, if they do slide out of your ear, what I recommend instead, I go to AirPods 3. That is still my daily driver. That is what I carry around with me everywhere. It just hurts me that I don't have the volume slider and the better transparency and the better sound quality. They're good, but I'm spoiled because I've heard these now. Because these are like perfect. I feel like I've been throwing the word around perfect a lot with the watch and this, but genuinely, the only complaint I have is something niche and specific to me and a few other people out there. So at this point, it's AirPods Pro 2, Sam 0, lots of puns hidden within there. I love you guys. If you want to buy these, link to them down below. Also check out Casetify because I love them and they are the best. Okay, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see what you have to offer on the third generation. Maybe you won't slide out of my ears. All right, bye-bye.